I'm like, shout out to my nigga fucking Cell. If he get locked up, I get him bail.
Uknowcell.
What up, man? You logged on to Uknowcell.com. I am Uknowcell. I'm sitting in this thing right now with my homie Sir Rich, the King. What's the word?
What up, though? Hey, man, you know, just out here grinding.
I hear that.
Just getting these streets talking.
Oh, right. Hey, man, I want to first and foremost get people who may not already be hip to you. I want you to give them a little bit of background about yourself. You know what I mean? Where you from? How did you get into this music thing?
All right. So, you know, for starters, I'm Sir Richard King. I am from Detroit, East Side, all day. For the longest, you know, I was just doing, just learning, you know.
Right.
Going through school, choir, you know, church choir, you know, some private lessons with Bill Moss. Shout out to Bill Moss, Moss Academy. Mr. Tribune, love you. You know, of course. Ken, love you. Yeah, and just you know, coming up, matriculating through, you know, my whole schooling. Always was into the music. Then, you know, not too long ago, say about 3 years ago maybe, I linked with Songbook Entertainment, which is ran by Troy Taylor. And if you don't know, Songbook is the production company for Trey Songz' first 6 albums.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that's pretty major, because, you know, it's Grammys behind that. It's you know, just major accolades behind that, and it's major wisdom behind that. So I went down to Atlanta for maybe 2.5 years, learned the ropes, learn how to, you know, compose a song like it's supposed to be, you know, how it's to make something that is supposed to go into that top 10. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just making records, make something that's supposed to fit in that top 10 spot. You know, so pretty much, you know, I vibe with a few people. I've learned from, you know, some major components in the music industry, and now I feel it's basically, you know, now I feel it's my time to come on out and show the world that, you know, I got some music that everybody need to hear. So that's my story so far.
That's what's up. I mean, we only a couple minutes in, and you've already said a lot. So I kind of just want you to go a little bit deeper into that. Me as a fan of music, a big supporter of Detroit. I have been following you on Instagram for a minute, and that was something that I was going to bring up. I seen you a while back posting pictures and being in certain places and elements that certain artists don't get a chance to get to, you know, so early. Right. And with people like I think I seen you with like Kevin Lyles and Trey Songz and the people that you were naming. Tell me what that experience meant to you, and, you know, how has that been helping you along the way?
Well, I mean, it was everything. You know, I sat, you know, in Trey's house in his studio and just watched him work, you know, and this was like before I even knew how to man the machine, you know, really well. And just to see, you know, a guy who was like raised in it from like age 15 to he was probably 29 then or 28 then.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see how he worked, just to see how efficient it was, you know, it was a eye-opening experience. And to go to, you know, LA out, because we were in LA in the Atlantic studios recording like A Room or whatever, and just to see how, you know, these people work, how efficient it is, how fast it is, and how, you know, if you don't keep up the pace, it's like, okay, we gotta roll. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that is a number one, like, key. Like, you must just be on your A game, like, period, because there's no time for slacking.
Right.
So that's a major thing that I learned, and that helps me every time, you know, I walk in anybody's room. I'm on my A game. I'm not, you know, that thought that's in the back of my head, you know, it can stay there, because I'm going with that one that I know is gonna work for anything that I'm doing. So
right.
That's pretty much it, man.
And you're talking about, you know, a top selling artist. So you for yourself, the mindset that you have is not the mindset of what people may think about when it comes to your average Detroit artist. So when you come and you say top 10, explain to me what the sound of your music is, because when I think top 10, I'm thinking, you know, like majority top 40 type music type thing. But what is the sound of your music?
Well, I say mine is good fusion type of and not so much the fusion type genre, but I like to mix things up. I like, if I'm doing more so of a hip hop record,
right,
I'm still gonna have some deep, rich harmonies in it, and you know, some runs that'll catch the people who are very musical.
Okay.
You know, and then I just feel like it gives it more. It gives a better taste after you finish with it. Like, it was something in there that I didn't physically hear, but my brain registered it, and now the song is in my head. That's what I like, and I'm more, you know, old school R&B.
Okay.
Definitely more old school R&B. I grew up on it. Thankfully, you know, my mom, my stepdad would play a lot of older music.
Yeah.
So you know, that's embedded. But yes, more of an older R&B, but definitely in a newer style, in the nowadays style, you know.
I got you, and that's funny because I was just watching a interview with Breakfast Club when T Grizzly was on there recently. He was just saying he didn't know about Motown. So for you being an artist and you saying old music, so I'm assuming Motown was being played in your house and things like that as well.
Always, man.
That's what's up. Let's talk about, because you touched on being in LA, you touched on being in Atlanta. You're from Detroit, and now you're back in Detroit, where from my point of view, is not too much of a huge industry, you know, behind the music. So what made you make that move back to the city?
Well, all right, let me see. So I was working with Songbook, and things just started to like coast, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the results just weren't coming as often as they used to.
Right.
And so it was just, I got to a low point where I was just like, you know, what am I doing? Because, you know, like Kevin Ross, who had a #1 on the Urban AC, that was my roommate. Like,
right.
He stayed with us. We work with Trevor Jackson, who that's, you know, big homie. Jacob Latimore,
Mm-hmm.
Algee, who played Ralph Tresvant on the New Edition story. Like, you know, my boys was just, they started, you know, just branching out, doing big things and better things. And I'm sitting in, you know, in the house, in the studio, and I'm just like, what am I doing?
Right.
You know, I'm not seeing anything, you know, and I just hit a point where it was like, you know, I'm gonna start leaving. You know, leaving Atlanta, I'm gonna go to Detroit. I'm gonna travel and, you know, do what I have to do, you know, myself if need be.
Right.
And so that's where my manager, Mr. Lieutenant Andre, came in, stepped in, and, you know, just start throwing the weight around, you know, and we got a couple songs that we felt were good,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, now it's just that made me want to stay, you
right.
know. And I the first, like, a little while ago before I like moved back,
Mm-hmm.
I did one show at the Bullfrog, I think it was, and, you know, it just felt good to just be seen and to actually do something on the other side of recording, you know.
Right.
Because you can record beautiful music, but get on stage and bomb. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the experience.
Totally.
So that was, you know, that feeling, that rush that I got. And it was just like, you know what? I got to keep doing this. And, you know, he facilitated, you know, he opened the pocket up for me so I could, sort of run through, and now we at the 50 maybe.
Right.
We gonna keep going though.
And you back, you're working. I was privileged enough to see a video recently.
Right.
Music sounds dope. Let's talk about that. Is it more of that to come? You know what I mean? What can your fans be expecting from you in the near future?
Oh yeah. So, Fallen, which is the video you saw that's coming out.
Very sexy video.
June 9th with my girl Sierra Goddess. You made it. That's what you talking about.
Yeah, she's definitely a dope leading lady. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's gonna drop Friday, June 9th. But yeah, it's definitely more. That was more so of a major production, which we gonna keep going with. But we do have like smaller production things that we're doing, web stuff. Just keep content going, because that's the name of the game now.
Definitely.
I won't say it's unfortunate, but it's definitely the name of the game now to keep content coming. So
microwave society, definitely.
Yeah, popcorn. Yeah, definitely. So you gotta, keep pushing. So we have a bunch of songs. I'm in the studio. We built a little studio, a little home studio, and since I was recording myself for so long, it's second nature now. We coming up with some good stuff, shooting little videos for it. We gonna put it all out and let the world see what's going on. And that's real soon. That's real soon.
So it's safe to say we could be expecting a project from you. I don't know if you want to call it a mixtape or album or EP, whatever it is. So it's safe to say that we could be expecting a project from you.
Oh yeah, we got something coming. I say about July, mid-July. It's good music, and so we're thinking about calling it the Throwaways mixtape. So yeah,
I think that's dope. I think that's dope. You've touched a couple times on, like recording yourself, producing. So these are things as an artist you know how to do yourself. Are you looking to work with other artists, maybe write for people? Have you written for people before? That type of thing. If somebody wants to work with you, how could they get in contact with you?
Oh yeah, I've worked with a few artists before. A lot of the time I was in a room, I was just starting, so it was learning more so. Like I did some stuff for my boy Jacob Latimore. He's incredibly talented. I've done some stuff with Kevin Ross. I'm making my way to Trey. But
right.
But yeah, but I definitely want to work with more artists. It's just you got to get yourself straight. Yeah, but definitely. I definitely want to collab with artists in the city, and just major artists, of course. But yeah, if anybody wants to, just contact my management. That's biggerstylebrands@gmail.com, or contact me through my website, which is sirrichardking.com. And it's you could even leave a video message on that joint if you want to. So
that's dope.
It's possible. Just hit me up.
And this is one thing. When I sit down with artists from the city, I'll always sit down and I kind of ask them about the Detroit music scene right now. And for you in particular, how do you feel about it? Because you're an R&B artist. You know what I mean? What's really quote unquote popping is like the street music, and I don't know if people look to us for R&B like that anymore. So I just want to get your take on the Detroit music scene. How do you feel you add to it, and what do you feel you need to do in order to just?
That's a really good question, because like you said, people watching the world.
Definitely,
the world is watching Detroit. Just because of people like Grizzly, people like Sean, Dej, Niche in the shade. People watching, they watching. You see what's gonna come next. But what I think is my advantage is that it's not there isn't many eyes on Detroit about R&B. So if it's somebody that's literally able to shine, it's like, it's a Ginsu, like it's guillotine. You're gonna cut right through, the entire crowd. So that is that was the notion in the beginning for me coming here and staying here. And so far, it's been working, because this period, if you have good music, if you have a good product, then people gonna see it and people gonna want to see it. Definitely. So, working with quality producers and writers, I've been able to produce a quality product that, if we go and play it for so and so, if we go and play it at the radio station, even if it's not on the radio, if we go and play it for people there, they're like, yo, that's really good. Let's at least just see what we can do. Among 10 rappers before me. Right, what I'm saying? And it kind of gets repetitive. Not saying that they all sound the same, but it kind of gets repetitive. It's an advantage, and that's what I want. That's how I feel I can capitalize off of that. But as far as the Detroit scene with the music, it's popping, and I'm very happy about that, because on top of everything, it still makes things just a little bit easier for us to be seen when you have a good product.
That's definitely true. I mean, and that's, you got a great mindset. You know what I mean? Because I honestly, what you saying, I honestly believe that. You know what I mean? When you go into a radio station, you listen to stuff, and then you come, it's kind of like, all right, it's a total new set of ears listening. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel where you're coming from with that. I want to give you the opportunity to kind of wrap things up, say anything to any of your fans, supporters, anybody who might be looking at this for the first time, just getting to know Sir Rich the King. Let them know where they can follow you at social media wise, and to get your music.
Okay. So I have a single that is on iTunes. It is called Plus One. There's a video out for it. You can find it on my website, which is sirrichardking.com. Also, I am dropping another video, or you can follow me. Everything is Sir Richard King. Let me just say that now. Everything is Sir Richard King. Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, website, and from the website you can get to all my social media handles and watch all my videos and just content. You can listen to the music, you can do it on your phone, all that. So it's really easy. I try to make it very easy for everyone to find me. But yeah, everything is Sir Richard King. Fallen, that is going to drop June 9th. Okay, June 9th, Friday, June 9th, the video. And we're putting it on all the digital retailers, so you can go and purchase it. And of course, if you just want to listen, that's available to you on the website as well. So that's Sir Richard King. Everything is Sir Richard King.
Hey man, I appreciate you just stopping through, kicking it with me, giving me this time. Definitely looking forward to see more from you. I'm gonna be tuned in June 9th, just like everybody else, for sure. Waiting on the mixtape. Mid-July. So we're waiting on that too. And I need me some good R&B to ride to with my lady. So I'm putting the weight of the world on you for that.
I'm facilitate for you, bro.
All right, for sure, man. I appreciate it, man.
Of course.
You've been logged on to Uknowcell.com. I am Uknowcell, Sir Richard King. We out.